Good evening, USA! Football fans, soccer fans, AFL fans. Bobby Cardenas coming at you from Lancaster, California. It's evening, a little after 7:15. I just got home from work a little while ago. Oof, it's hot. It's so hot up here. Even though it's gotten cooler as the week has progressed, it's still pretty warm. Anyway, so I'm watching. Sorry, you'll understand in a few minutes. Right now, I'm watching Italy and the Irish Republic battle in the final group stage of Euros. And earlier, Portugal and Hungary tied 3-3. Because of that, Hungary won the group with 5 points. Iceland, because of their result, came in second. Portugal advances as one of the 4 best third-place teams with only 3 points from ties, and but because of a good goal differential, because today they scored 3 goals. Hungary 3-3. What else? So after this, we're gonna watch. They're gonna watch with me. Colombia and Chile in the other semifinal. Okay, but now I'm a little depressed. Ooh, that's my Galaxy one. I don't. Okay, so yesterday's match, semifinal match between the USA and Argentina. Now, you know how I can come down on some of these commentators. I call them out when they say things that I find are irritating or just plain wrong, and usually it deals with the laws of the game or maybe an observation of something. But in this case, I must agree with Alexi Lalas when he stated that this was a shameful loss. No ifs, ands, or buts. We should be ashamed that we lost 4-0 to Argentina. We've played good teams in the past, top teams. As I said before in my last post, we defeated Spain in 2009, the Confederations Cup. But that was other players. Now, we suffered from obviously having some key players not in the lineup. Bobby Wood probably being the most key. Why? Because Clint Dempsey was virtually invisible this match. Bobby Wood was helping him get up, find spaces, get passes, and that's why he was able to score in the last several games. Zip, nothing. Bupkiss. In fact, we didn't have one shot on goal in yesterday's match. Now, the other problem was, of course, we lost Jermaine Jones, which supplied us with a lot of defensive midfield and some pace. And Bedoya was also gone, although Bedoya was kind of slipping in the last couple of games. Okay, so this were our key problems. And I talked to a good friend of mine, Ron Pearson, famed comedian, about this. I think it was Monday, maybe Sunday. Yeah, maybe last week too. About this semifinal. Why not start the 2 young kids, Pulisic and Nagby? Give them a shot. And you know why? Because sometimes when you're young, you've got nothing to fear. You're trying to prove yourself, and they're fast. Plus, let's face it, Pulisic has been playing in a top league of the world all this time, in the German Bundesliga, for Borussia Dortmund, the team that I happen to support as far as the Bundesliga. He knows what he's doing. So what happens? He doesn't do that, Jurgen Klinsmann. He brings them in later when the result has already been determined to give them some playing time. But had he thought of bringing them in to start instead of Kyle Beckerman, who's already over 30, in fact, he might be even 34 by now. And even if he were much quicker in his earlier days, he sure isn't quick now. And Chris Wondolowski, who is so inconsistent with his play. The first goal that Argentina scored was Kyle Beckerman needs to take a lot of fault for that. He appeared to be like lost. And I mean lost if you watch the replays from the shot that shows from the goal. The player that has the ball at the top of the area for Argentina, we have other players. We have our center backs there that are about to press him. Kyle Beckerman starts to go towards him, but like very slowly, nonchalantly. Lavezzi, in the meantime, gets beyond him. That should have been his man. And he's the one that received the pass. And Kyle Beckerman like turns around and goes, uh-oh. Like realizes he's... And really doesn't try to press him, doesn't do anything. And Brad Guzan, unfortunately, gets caught in no man's land with his feet planted because he got fooled for a second, and that's how they scored the first goal. The second goal, which was a brilliant free kick by Lionel Messi, about a 25-yarder, was the fault of Wondolowski. Wondolowski lost the ball in midfield, comes back around, it makes its way through the passing of Argentina to Messi, and Wondolowski goes up to him from behind, grabs him and tugs him and pulls him around to drop him and foul him because he was frustrated. Let me tell you who else who played badly is Bradley, unfortunately. Michael Bradley, I don't know, his stock has been slowly declining, and they better really consider replacing him for World Cup. Beckerman won't be there. Wondolowski won't be there. Graham Zusi was all right, but let me tell you something. It just showed that we are lacking in quality players to the rest of the world. And it's not as though they don't have experience. For some reason, Michael Bradley played in Italy, in Serie A. His last team was Roma, a top team. Jermaine Jones, of course, has experience there. Some of our other players have been, Clint Dempsey has been over. Last team was with Tottenham. But for some reason, we don't grow our own players from here, encouraging them to develop skills as they do in South America and across overseas, like a Lionel Messi, who just mesmerizes people with the things that he does with the ball. He does them, he makes it look so easy, but it's not. The reason it's easier for him is because he knows what he's doing. He's practiced, he's trained. He's out thinking everybody. He's not nervous. He's outthinking the other players around him by probably 2 or 3 moves ahead. Until we develop players that have the kind of confidence on the ball, with dribbling skills, with passing skills, with shooting skills, we're never going to compete with the rest of the world. We got lucky that we beat Spain in 2009 in the Confederations Cup because we lost to Brazil in the final. That was our best chance at a major tournament title. It's going to be a long time before we make it back to a semifinal, or was it a quarterfinal in the World Cup in 2006? One of those, I can't remember. We're a long ways away from challenging for a World Cup, believe me. A long ways away, unless this culture starts to change its thinking and its breeding of players for them to become creative. And then you can teach the tactics. You can teach tactics all you want, where you should be here, how you should make this run and whatnot. But if you don't have the freedom to be creative so that you can adapt and change, and, it's never going to work. So that's it. I got to go because this is taking too long. So say, hey, Doubt, I'm working here. Say no to racism, always. And USA, let's try to lift ourselves up for the 3rd place game Saturday. Our opponent will be either Colombia or Chile tonight. I'm banking on it being Colombia because I think Chile is going to beat Colombia tonight. I think it's really strong. The game's already over. I got to watch it. So go USA in the 3rd place game. You better friggin' make up for it.